Hello, and welcome back to the Gesture Realm podcast. Man, has it been a while? So I counted since the last time that I actually recorded, and it was 6 months ago. So I guess what I'm going to talk about on this episode is what's been going on in that 6 months, how my summer went, and just everything in between. Anything I leave out, I'll put in a next episode. Hopefully, that would come out sooner than 6 months. Yeah. Well, first off, I would like to say I added a little subscription button. So if you actually really like these podcasts, because I have no clue who any of y'all are that watch this, if you want to show your support, it's like $5 a month. You don't have to pay monthly. You can just like cancel it after that 1 month or whatever. But like I'm gonna try to start putting more like explicit stuff on there, like stuff I can definitely not just leave out in the open. Like some really special stories and some like stuff that's happened to me, some friends. I could get some of my other people on here, tell some stories about that, but definitely stuff I cannot put on like normal podcasts. So if you like want to see that, show your support if you want. Totally optional. Could care less if you do or not, but it just shows me oh like who actually likes this. Uh, well, let's get in this. So last time I uploaded was May. So pretty much start of summer is where I'm gonna start off. So I got a job at Staples. Yeah, let's talk about that. So it started off pretty good. I enjoyed it. I just sat at a register all day, just chilling, talking to people, just getting to know everybody and getting to know the store. And we did this thing called donation boxes, which was like you had your like pens, pencils, expo markers, and other things that uh yeah, that you can just put in there and you sell it for $5 to people, just random people. So like they can support a student in the school district who like can't afford that kind of stuff. So I started selling like a lot of those, like enough that the district manager knew me all of a sudden and I was being talked about. So I was like, dang, this is pretty nice. I'm like, this is gonna be a nice job. I might get a promotion. I might get something soon. I'm vibing. I'm doing good. Yeah. So like all through summer, I was like selling these things, vibing out, like doing really good at the job. But whenever like school hit and I had to cut down my hours, it went down drastically at Staples. So like, I was supposed to get a promotion, like, from this date, probably, like, 3.5 months ago. I would have been promoted to some position. I forgot which because it's been so long, and I never received it. So, like, 3.5 months ago, I was supposed to receive a promotion that I never got, and I kind of needed that pay, like, increase because I had to cut down my hours for school, and I'm trying to save up. So that took a rough hit, and then as of now, last Friday was my last day there, and I just said, "Peace out, that's it." Put in my 2 weeks, of course. I need those, I was a good person there, so I can get some good like, letters of recommendation for, like, other jobs and everything, but that's how my Staples fiasco went. Yeah, I would call that a fiasco in my opinion. Nothing interesting happened there. Oh shit. No, yeah, something did exciting happen. One of my last days there, an absolute crackhead walked in. I'm talking about like it is 90 degrees outside. He's wearing a trench coat and everything. Walks up to my register. Of course, I'm the only guy on register, but he slaps down like $2,000 worth of Adobe products, and man opens his wallet, and there's, like, 10 credit cards, and so I'm like, "Oh my god, I already know this guy stole it, but I am not getting paid enough to deal with it." So I just let the man sit there, trying every single one of those cards until he was like, "I'll come back later." And I'm like, "God, I hope he doesn't." And then I told my managers and everything. They're like, "Why didn't you call us over?" And I'm like, "I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if he had a gun or anything." Straight up crackhead walked into the store, and I'm like, "I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't get paid enough to deal with crackheads wanting Adobe products with stolen credit cards. Man can do whatever he wants, I could care less." Okay, I think that's probably the most interesting that thing that happened there. Scary too, I was like, "God, am I gonna die now? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what happens when he, like, tries all 10 and they don't work? Is he gonna, like, flip out?" And I was, like, kind of worried, but I just kinda stood there, like, creeping my way out in case of anything, I could just dash. But good thing he just left. Probably stole something, probably, don't care, but at least he did leave. Anything else that happened this summer? Uh, Honestly, really nothing much. I worked about 40 hours a week, pretty much full time, probably like about 3 hours under, so I'd call it like 37 hours a week I was working, so I was pretty busy. But the only vacation I really did have was I went to Tennessee because I'm a Boy Scout, actually was a Boy Scout. I got Eagle and now I'm like out of it. But I decided to go back because as an adult, you get to do jack shit there and just like drink coffee, sit in a hammock, do whatever you want. Nobody questions you. So like I was like, yeah, vacation, why not? So I went to Tennessee. It started off great, weather wasn't too bad, and then about 30 minutes into being there, ticks just everywhere. They told us they're like, "Yeah, there's a little bit of ticks. There's some ticks out there." Yeah, it was an infestation. Straight up 30 minutes into my little walk to camp, I look at my leg and there's a tick just trying to gnaw on me. I flicked the bastard off. And then that entire week, I achieved only like 7 ticks, which seems like a lot, but it was worse for other people. I know somebody who got, like, at least 20 ticks on him. Man probably has Lyme disease. Rest in peace, whoever that was, but I heard that somebody had 20. But other than that, it was beautiful. Straight up mountains, river, everything was awesome, and just, like, walking around enjoying nature was really relaxing, being able to do that for a week and get away from everything. I fished a lot. I caught 3 fish the entire time I was there because 'cause I'm not a masturbator, so I'm not good at fishing that much, but I tried. I got a few fish, pretty decent size, but I don't have I don't have the best fishing rod known to man. Like, it's kind of crappy, and something came loose on it, and as soon as I cast it as hard as I could, entire thing, like, reel, rod, and all just flew off, just straight into the river, and I'm like, "You've gotta be fucking kidding me." Only thing I'm holding on to is some of the string or whatever it's called, lure? Not lure, fishing line. I was holding on to a little bit of fishing line and the handle. That's the only thing I had. And then since I'm an adult, I made one of the little kids jump in the river for me to grab it because I didn't wanna get wet. Yeah. Was it mean? Maybe. Did they deserve it? Of course. It was all for me. I gave them like, a cookie at dinner, so, like, we called it even. They'll do anything if you give them a cookie. That's, like, a golden rule. Like, if you want something done if you're a scout, if you're listening to this and you're an older scout, if you want something done and you don't wanna do it, give one of the younger kids this cookie. They will do anything you want. Not anything, but, like, you know what I mean. So, that's pretty much my whole summer, just work, and I went on a little one-week trip, and then college happens. Oh, yeah. We love that. And so I'm just going to TCC, Tarrant County College, and I'm trying to get. Whenever I first did it, I was trying to get my associates in information and cybersecurity. So To first start that off, I was getting my cybersecurity specialist certificate, which is technically a degree there, and just take some classes, get that over with, and uh, it was it's been going pretty well. I've been getting better grades than I have in high school because I actually care about what I'm doing, unlike having to learn about why Frankenstein's left nut hangs lower than his right and what does that mean in the book. Like, seriously, I couldn't have given less of a rat's ass about that kind of stuff. And like, high school's so bummy. You learn so much crap that's absolutely useless to you, and I did so poorly in it because I couldn't care. But now I'm, like, actually doing good because 'cause I'm doing classes that I actually care about. So the classes I chose to do were fundamentals of networking, fundamentals of information security, PC ops, and which is PC operation system, like PC operation op God, I am spitting out my words. PC operating system there in business and computing. Well, to break it to you short, I dropped PC ops because I was doing so bad in it, and business and computing is a horrible wreckage. Oh my God, have I been in a class I hate more? I mean, it's better than learning about Frankenstein's nutsack, but still, it's all Microsoft Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint. And the way that my teacher teaches it is she goes so fast through it all. I can't even catch up. So I just end up not listening to her and reading through the book and doing it myself. Cause every time we go in there, there's some we she has something due for us and we have to turn it in by the end of class or like that's rest in peace. You have a zero. So like if you don't show up one day, you're catching a zero. Nothing about it. And then for homework wise, straight up like 6 assignments, which doesn't seem like a lot to do over the course of a week, but all 6 of those assignments are going to take you probably about 7 hours, 7, 8 hours to do. It's horrible. And that on top of other classes and their homework, it piles up to so much. And it's just bad. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to finish it. Like I'm kind of thankful I'm learning about more about Word, Excel, Access. It's like good to know, but like it could be taught better. Could be taught way better, in my opinion, at least. And then my fundamentals of information security. It's being taught by this guy. Straight up, I don't know why he's teaching. Man is has banked so much money. I look through all the teachers post like an about page about them on Canvas, and man has worked at like 6 Fortune 500 companies at, like, very high level positions, and he told us in class one day, he was like, "Yeah, I was, offered a job at a cybersecurity company, and it would have been double my pay that I was getting paid then, and then I kinda just wanted to teach, so I just decided to teach instead." Man was already banking 6 figures or more, so like, low end, he was getting paid probably, like, 110,000, very undershooting it. So getting offered 200 and, like, $20,000 a year to go to $50,000 teaching, man has had to bank. He's had to do something right with his money. Like, I don't know a single soul that would give up, like, that much money to go teach to some degenerates. Like, oh my god. But his class is great. I like it a lot. I'm learning more about the security because 'cause I'm wanting to be a cybersecurity engineer, so, like, it's pretty good. And then I have, fundamentals of networking. Never in my life have I come across a more like, hard subject, but interesting one, ever. Like, my teacher, fantastic, amazing at teaching it, is great. The material, absolute ass. If I could, I would burn it and curb stomp it into the ground. Oh my god, the amount of information that you have to memorize and put into your brain to remember is so horribly awful. Like, oh my God, it's a pain in my ass. Like, homework-wise, it's not that bad, but when tests come around, Jesus Christ, I am praying that I pass. Like, I get hundreds and high 90s on all the assignments just for the fact I have some safety whenever I bomb the test. It doesn't matter if I study a day before or I start studying 3 days before. Every single time it's the same outcome. And I think I'm the only one doing dog shit and like on the tests. But no, it's apparently everybody. So, like, that gave me a little bit of comfort because on our last test that we had, I was talking to a guy and I was like, "How did you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I got like an 80 something." And I'm like, "Damn, I guess I'm the only one that did poorly." I got like a 68. And then from the guy drove up who was in my class from the car. He's like, "How did y'all do on the test?" And he said like 85 and he's like, "Same, I got a 55 too." And I was like, "Thank God somebody did worse than me." That would have been bad. But overall, he misunderstood and embarrassed himself for no reason. A 55? Like, damn. Like, no hate. No hate at all. I guessed on a lot of the stuff on there because I didn't know, and I probably just got lucky. I could have done easily worse than him. And just based on that, I believe a lot of people in the class didn't do that well, considering we did get an alert from the teacher, like, probably a week later saying that she's taken off some of the questions, and that boosted my grade up from, like, a 60, 68, 65 to, like, a 79. So I'm happy. She's a great teacher. Amazing. What else is there? Like, I'm trying to think about, like, what else has been up in the 6 months. Like, I live a pretty boring life. Nothing much happens. Like, I just spend most of my free time with my girlfriend. We just watch movies. Nothing exciting. Man, what is there? Uh, I'm job searching. That's something that's happening. So, I've decided instead of going to get a degree. Yeah, that's something I can talk about. Yeah, so instead of going to get a degree or anything, I'm going to get my certifications. So if you don't know anything about cybersecurity, certifications and experience is pretty much as reputable or more than a bachelor's degree. So I'm trying to go that route. After the semester ends, I'll be getting my Network Plus and Security Plus certificates, which is going to be pretty nice. That's going to get me my foot in the door. And then this next semester coming up, I think thank God I start school in March, but it's an 8-week course, Cisco 1, and that's gonna be for me to get my CCNA, and I have to do 3 of those courses, do 2 in the summer, and so by August, I get my, CCNA, and then that fall, I'm gonna go get my CCNA security. So I'm gonna be a networking genius at that point, so I can go get a pretty damn good job at 20. Yeah, I'll be 20 then. So I'll be getting a pretty damn good job. But as of right now, I'm just trying to job search, get some stuff going. I have an interview. I have an interview Monday for a project manager position. I forgot the company's name at this moment, but it's a small little business IT company. And I'm pretty excited for it. I really do hope I can get that job because it pays very well and it would help me be able to move out with a friend and be able to start my life living and doing everything I want to do. So I'm pretty happy about that. But worst case scenario, hopefully I do have a fallback because I got offered another position to interview for in December so I can start working full time the start of the next year, and that's for a IT help desk. So pretty much I would just be helping uh, employees of Cook Children's hospitals all around the area, like with their computer problems. So if they forgot their password, don't know how to connect to the Wi-Fi, something's not working right on their laptops, anything like that, I would be the guy to fix it for them. So either way, I'm gonna be happy getting a job like that because I'm gonna be able to gain that experience because I'm gonna really need that for what I'm wanting to do, which would be a cybersecurity engineer for Lockheed Martin or a what's it called? Red Team, which was ethical hacking, pen testing. So pretty much I would just be hacking into systems and everything, trying to find their vulnerabilities and exploit them so that so that the company can fix what's wrong. So no unethical hackers or bad guys go in there and do harm. So either one of those I would be greatly happy to do. I love just the form of hacking, just being able to find your way into any system, just having that kind of power, like not really power, but just having that ability to do so just really intrigues me. And like just how everything works and what tools can do that just is so interesting to me, and I love the concept and everything of it. And so that's what I'm just going for. Another thing would be investing, since this is kind of an uh investing podcast. I can talk to you about my investments that I did so far. All of summer I didn't make any investments at all, like at all. I was just laying low, chilling, and just saving up money for myself. But then I went to TCC and they gave me that $1,500 COVID grant, and that was so nice. So I slapped $500 into Robinhood and bought uh, three November 11th calls for Red Rock Resort at 52 $52, I think. I think that's my strike price was $52, and currently it was at about 45, $47. So I bought them relatively cheap. I was able to buy 3 for $420. That's probably why I succeeded in this trade, is because of that number alone. But for $420, I was able to buy 3 contracts of it, so I just waited about maybe a month, and then it shot up to, like, my strike almost my strike price, and I was banking at least, I believe it was $180 per contract. So I turned, uh, $500 into 985? Yeah, 985, that seems right. I turned it into that much money. So I pretty much more than doubled my investment that I first put in. And with that other, I believe it was like $70, $80 I had, I slapped that into the Spider, so it could just the Spider ETF, just so it can just gain some momentum, just like a place to have it. If I make a little bit of money, I make a little bit of money. You know what I mean? But that was a very successful trade, and so with that, I took out like 400 of it, so I could use, and I decided to buy Cowboys tickets for my girlfriend's Christmas present because she's a really big Cowboys uh like fan, and she's never been to the Cowboy Stadium to see them play. So I decided, like, hey, what would be a good idea to do for Christmas? So I bought some nice seats. It was pretty expensive. I used that whole $400, but pretty nice seats right in the middle, watching the Cowboys play the not Chiefs, the Redskins. Yeah, I watched them play go watch them play the Redskins December 26th, so the day after Christmas. So of course I had to tell her early because like I can't like spring that on her Christmas day and be like, "Hey, you know what we're doing tomorrow? Cowboys game." You gotta prep for that. Like you gotta like have some advancements of like, "Hey, I'm doing this. This is what's happening." So I've already told her, she knows, and she's like really excited about that, and that made me happy. But that's what I'm gonna be doing. I have a birthday coming up. That's pretty dope. Um, Only thing I asked for my birthday was pretty much truck stuff. Oh shit, that just reminded me. Oh my god. So I had a Hyundai Elantra Sport. Great car, amazing. I loved it. It was my baby. And then one day, I was driving to go get some great old Chick-fil-A. I wanted a grilled chicken nuggies with some barbecue sauce. And so I'm driving down. Next thing I know, dipshit in a fucking shit box T-bones the fuck out of me. Spins my car around twice. I hit the curb at Chipotle, and his car is fucked. And I'm just disappointed. I wasn't even mad or sad. I was just like, "You've gotta be kidding me." Just more of shock, like, "Wow, I was going to get chicken nuggies and I got T-boned." Like, seriously. And so, of course, I called the cops, to make sure everything goes according to plan, and, he didn't have insurance, and he didn't have registration. He didn't have anything except a license on him, and, oh my god, that was a pain in the ass to have to deal with. Like, oh my god, it was bad. But insurance did us right. They gave us a pretty nice sum of money for that car, and so I decided I want a truck now. So we went car shopping, everything else, and I landed for a 2019 Chevy Colorado LT. So that's what I'm driving now. I love the thing to death. I think I kind of like it a little bit more than my Elantra, just for the fact that it's a truck, it rides smoother. The cabin is so quiet. It's pretty nice, and the stereo in it is quality. So for my birthday, I'm just asking for like truck stuff because I want some steps for it. I want a lift. And one thing I really want is a muffler, like a muffler sleeve, so it makes it sound a bit more sexy and loud without having to cut anything off because I don't feel like running the Colorado with 0 cats at dark 30 having to go to work or school, waking up the neighbors. They would be pissed because I live in a neighborhood where everybody knows everybody, so they would not go for it. So I'm just trying to get a little muffler sleeve, make it sound a bit louder and sexier without, like, intense noise and obnoxiousness. Because I've yeah, it sounds kind of cool, but then you just go over the top. I've seen trucks with their cats gone, muffler straight piped, everything, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Are you serious?" And they're hauling down the road, shaking me inside my own car, making a louder noise than frickin' Joe Biden shitting his pants. Like, god damn, it's annoying. So I'm not trying to be that douchebag. I'm just trying to vibe out with it, just a muffler sleeve. But other than everything I said, that's pretty much all what's been happening in this 6 months that I've been gone. So hopefully that caught you up a little bit. It's been chaotic. 100% this is a chaotic podcast. This is a spring in the moment. I had no script, nothing to look at. Everything just came to my mind. It's all over the place. So I understand that. But if you made it this far, like thank you for listening. It's been great just kind of relaxing talking about everything. Like I've enjoyed this. So I think I'm going to try to make some more episodes later in the future. Thank you for listening. Uh it's been great. Once again, I have a subscription button now. So if you do happen to subscribe, I will 100% make more podcasts because you're paying money and I can put some of the more fun, uh, uncensored stuff on there. Well, what I can't do on just normal podcasts. So if you want to do that, thank you. But that's it from the Jester. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day or night, whenever you're listening to this, and take it easy. Bye.